Hello everybody and welcome back to Casual Gamer Oz as we continue our online racing on F1 2017, our 5th online race for you here. We're in the same group of people that you were in for our 4th video, and we're just waiting to see what we're doing. It looks like we might be going to Singapore for our next race, and I might see if I can quickly change teams. I want to be Ferrari, I want to be Seb Vettel. So we're going to keep that if we're going to be doing Singapore. It looks like we are doing Singapore. We've got one shot qualifying. Again, why do we have to do qualifying? Can't we just get into the race here? Sadly, not. It seems as we're going to have to do a lap here of Singapore to work out the grid. There's only 4 of us in this race. So it's a bit of a small race. And as you can see there, my average finishing position is 3. I've had 8 podium finishes. I've only raced in 4 races. They've just doubled my statistics. Okay, I won't say no to that, but once again, not sure if there's still a few glitches that are being ironed out here in F1 2017 at the moment, but I definitely have not had 8 podiums. I've only raced in 4 races. It's only my 5th online race. So clearly, there's some form of glitch or something there that is giving me a little bit more credit than I perhaps deserve. I'd really like to keep those introductions in. But as you would have seen with some of our career mode videos, we've had to sadly chop them out. Obviously, Formula 1 management see it automatically as a bit of a copyright infringement. As damn, we've got a wet race here on dry tyres. They see it as a copyright infringement having that content in YouTube videos, which to me is fascinating, knowing that so many people are going to be sharing these videos and they've openly put it in a game which they know people are going to share. So I think there's a bit of an oversight by FOM, to be completely honest with you, and one which, look, you know, we're not obviously doing anything really wrong. We're just including content in a game that's publicly available. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents worth. We are on the Ultra Softs on a wet track, and this is a day Singapore. I think I talked about in one of my other videos about how I did see a daytime Singapore, which definitely is a little bit more interesting. And I'm going to go right into the wall here. Oh. Do we not have damage on? Oh, okay. Clearly we don't have damage on. Anyway, it's a different element to Singapore. Obviously you have Monaco at night, which is fascinating in itself. But this is Singapore day, which, I mean, it looks quite nice. I think it's a spectacular night setting, of course, as well. And I realise that obviously some of the practice sessions in real life do take place during the day. But, I don't know, you're just obviously so used to this being a night track that seeing it in day is kind of interesting. It's interesting to note that, yeah, we don't have dry damage on. Now, we're not seeing any timing here, and I'm not sure if that means that have I been okay, no, there's a time there, but say, have I been disallowed from this session, or is it just kind of like kept as a surprise, so to speak, when it comes to showing off the thing? Whoa, they get well out of shape there. Nearly clipped the wall, but again, as I said, I think damage is turned off here, so it's not really going to matter. This is where I binned it in career mode recently. Very much do it again. Oh, look at those palm trees. You can't really notice them at night. I mean, I'm sure you can notice it if you're paying attention, but I've never seen those before. Interesting. Alright. This is a very slow lap, and clearly Hazebusters, the one who was chasing us last time around, he's set pole. We're going to go devastatingly slow. There's only 4 of us, and I'm 4th. So, I mean, this is just such a waste of time. We don't need to be doing this. I mean, it's an online race, for God's sakes. Anyway. Whinge, Ben. Whinge. Alright, so we're going straight into the race here, and again, obviously, these manual starts. So we've got Alf, the one who knocked us off last time in terms of finishing ahead. We've got Hayes guy that binned it behind us, and the other guy who didn't see. Could be girls as well. KRX888, who it looks like they've got their microphone attached. I can't hear if they're talking to me because obviously I've got different headphones in. So let's get that intro. Don't want to get sued by Liberty Media or anything along those lines. All right, we've got a dry race. That's a positive. I'm starting last. I wish they'd. Well, why don't they turn the AI on? Again, we really just want to have a 4-car race here. Let's avoid the carnage coming here into turn 1. Sometimes it pays to start last in a multiplayer race because depending on who you're racing against. Oh, well, we don't even have manual starts on this time around. Make your mind up. Clearly, you've really got to pay attention to your on-screen HUD as we are underway here. It's 2 Mercedes versus 2 Ferraris, and just seeing how that goes. Whoa, and we got a very racy Mercedes. I'm going to cut the circuit there. Didn't really mean to do that deliberately, but we'll see how we go. Can I put one up the inside here? These guys are very racing. We've got this weird lag going on again, which really does make it difficult to really get their true position on the circuit, but they are so much faster than I am, and I think my podium streak will come to an end here in Singapore, unless these two in front of me here can just end up taking each other out. They're getting very racy with each other. Whoa, and I've just spun it. No, we do have damage on, because that has damaged my front wing. So, just weirdly inconsistent in terms of no damage apparently in qualifying. But here in the race, oh, hello, it's on. So, yeah, not sure what's going on. And again, we've got a daytime race here in Singapore. So, interesting to note that as well. It really does give it a different feel, this circuit, actually. I'm kind of just not used to certain aspects. It kind of feels like I'm racing in a brand new track. So, there you go. I'm going to get it well out of shape here. Now we've just got to basically hope that one of these cars gets a little bit airy-fairy, perhaps into the grandstand tunnel, because at the moment I am in no way, shape or form on the pace of these guys, and I've got a slightly damaged front wing, so you know that I am in very much dire straits here. But look, 4th place, again, I know there's only 4 cars, but statistically, you're not really going to see that on my stats, except that I finished 4th. So it's not really going to matter too much. So I run myself very wide there into the last section of the track. And we get back into our 2nd lap of the Grand Prix. This really does feel very different racing during the day. And this is what I think I was saying. Might have been the career mode video where I ended up crashing it. But essentially, obviously we know Monaco, you can select night mode with that. It's fantastic if you haven't tried it, definitely. It does make it a very unique feel to it. But it would be cool if they just incorporated that into every track in this Grand Prix, just in this game. Just basically say, okay, here's Albert Park at night. Here's Silverstone at night. You know, and just, I mean, I just think it would be a cool little feature. Rather than just having one track, have them all. So, there's just a thing. And yeah, having old cars up against new cars would be fun as well. I think that would be a very interesting way of doing it. As I'm getting very much out of shape there. Getting distracted talking to you. Getting this bridge, this blind left-hander, which always throws me. And oh, this car in front of me, KRX 868, a bit slow. And I can see they're talking here on the game. I don't know what they're saying. Potentially they've got an issue here because I'm just hanging on to the back of them here. Perhaps they've damaged their front wing or something along those lines, because I am catching them, and I'm not even pushing the car, to be honest. I'm tiptoeing as best as I can. I'm braking hard. I'm just doing my thing. And whoa, they've gone off. Whoa, and I've had to kind of take avoiding action there. As well, if they hadn't damaged their front wing before, they have now. What did I say before about if I wanted to get a podium here? I'm going to have to hope one of these drivers goes off, and I might have gotten that goal, because unless they've got no damage and they can catch up to me, this once again is just a case of just slow and steady gets the position that you want in this race. Teammate in the pits, so there you go. They've obviously got damage to their car, and this will easily open it up for me if obviously I can maintain my on the trackness. That makes no sense. I don't know where I was going with that. But hopefully one of the other guys can go off in front of us. It's Alf, and looks like a Hayes, the one that obviously was chasing me in Austria, that went off behind me. He's leading. And clearly I am once again, for the 2nd consecutive race, chasing down Alf. But I feel... I can't hear what that KX person is saying. I feel as though I am not going to get 2nd, but again, I will be very happy with 3rd, because that'll be my 5th online race, and it'll be my 5th 3rd position, and according to my stats, it'll be my 9th. So, there you go. Anyway, come on, Alf. Come on, Hayes. One of you crash. Let me get 2nd. Let me taste the silver. I'll just be happy to get another podium, Ben. Don't be greedy. Life isn't about greed. Well, sometimes it is. So we just slinging around here into the grandstand tunnel. Survive that. Past the palm trees. Haze Busters sets the fastest lap. I think we're going to do that. Not going to whack it into rich mode at any point. There's no point. We're not catching the car in front of us, so there's no point at all in doing that. We cross the line. We're about 4 seconds a lap faster. That's fine, isn't it? It's again showing casual gamer Oz that we're very casual. And if either Hayes or Alf ever watch this video, well, you can see why you just dominated me here. I'm going to be completely fine. I'm not going to have any threat behind me from KRX person. So again, we can just cruise our way here on the penultimate lap to another podium on Casual Gamer Oz. As Jeffrey tells me that there's a 12-second gap ahead of us. That's good to know. You know we're not going to maintain, we'll get anywhere near that, barring a miracle. As we just take our time to get a bit acclimatized here to Singapore a little bit more. It'd be really interesting to have more of races in this one. Obviously, in some of our earlier F1 2017, we had some very fun races there, wheel-to-wheel racing, which was good. But yeah, so far so good in terms of the fact that these other ones don't seem to be the crazy ones that want to just barnstorm you into the first corner. You can have a bit of decent racing with them. So we'll take that indeed. As I keep saying about 100... Oh, no! I was going to say... nearly took myself out there. As I keep saying 100 times in these videos, as always, if you do want to add me, NYC55David is my username. Just feel free to add me and just shoot me a message. Say, hey, watch Casual Gamer Oz, love to give you a race. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm probably a very easy person to beat, and I'm sure you get more XP points for beating me. So bring me along. And if any other gaming channels out there perhaps want to wipe the floor with me, then I will happily accept your challenge and happily get thrashed. So feel free to do that. Alright, we're going to feel free to start our last lap right now. It's 2 seconds slower on that lap than I was the previous lap. So obviously just trolling around the Marina Bay circuit here today. And it's not a very good overall showing by myself. But I'll at least take pride in the fact that I am on for my 5th consecutive podium. By circumstances, not really by talent. But look, you've got to be there to get them. And... you know, if this is real life Formula 1, I'm not going to turn around and feel bad for finishing 3rd, because sometimes it's the car that's just out there while everyone else falls, and you get the result when you need it. So that is generally how it works sometimes. Look at Lance Stroll in Azerbaijan. As much of a fan of Lance Stroll I am, I really do not think that that car is a podium challenging car for a lot of the part of this season. So you got to take it when you can get it. Anyway, we're going to take this over the bridge for the final time. Try and not push it too far. Remember, we've got a slightly damaged front wing. And I might even lap my teammate here. Obviously, the guys in front of me, I think. Oh, no, I'm looking at the... No, 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 no! Oh, I've just deliberately gone straight ahead there to try and take the force into my wing rather than the wheels, because I don't want to crash out completely. But we've done that, and not even... Why haven't I damaged the front wing? Clearly, the car behind me is a long way behind me. I was looking at the wrong dot again. I think I did that a few times in one of the other online races. I thought I was going to lap the other guy, but I'm not. Anyway. Oh, well, I nearly lost it on the last lap, but I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to... Where is my car? Just a tiny bit on the front wing there. We're going to cross the line, and we're going to get another podium here on online mode, and we'll gladly take that. So that is Casual Gamer Oz online mode number 5 here in F1 2017. Thank you for tuning in as the other Ferrari guy has a bit of trouble. But we'll be back for another online race very, very shortly. Like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. This has been Casual Gamer Oz. We'll speak to you next time.